By one estimate, Mick Jagger has slept with 4,000 women over the course of his life. And you know, in retrospect, I think that might be kind of a low figure. Among Mick's many, many lovers, just off the top of my head, Carla Bruni, the former First Lady of France, Angelina Jolie, Uma Thurman, Carly Simon, Linda Ronstadt, Farrah Fawcett, very briefly. Among the men, most famously, David Bowie. Both he and David Bowie were sort of a sexual tag team, as one of their friends said. They would go to gay clubs together and have, you know, call people up in the middle of the night to get together with 4 men or 4 women. They didn't really care. Andy Warhol claimed he had slept with Mick Jagger. Rudolf Nureyev and Mick Jagger had a very, very close relationship, and at one time made a pass at Geraldo Rivera in Geraldo's kitchen. The list goes on and on. Mick himself said at one point, everyone knows that everyone is basically bisexual. You know, Jerry Hall is a tough Texas cookie, and she put up for 23 years with Mick's philandering, but it was really, really tough. Mick, she believed, was a sex addict, and both she and Keith Richards, who, you know, kept on saying, well, you know, this is kind of pathetic, Mick, the way you're behaving, and you know, the Peter Pan syndrome has got to stop. They both of them pleaded with him to get some therapy, some professional help, and they were thrilled when they heard that Mick was seeing a sex therapist, until they realized that he had seduced the therapist. And that therapist, you know, Natasha Terry, said that Mick she determined that he was like a sex vampire. Those were her words, that he got his energy from having sex with young people, and it was kind of an interesting, and she also said he liked to spank. That was her other observation. Mick said when he turned 30 that I'd rather die than be 45 and singing Satisfaction. And here we are, you know, the 50th anniversary of the Rolling Stones is this week. Mick is going to turn 69 on July 26th, and he's going stronger than ever. He's more relevant than ever. I mean, I think it's just, the reason we're fascinated is that all the other contemporaries of Mick Jagger's have fallen by the wayside, self-destructed in so many ways, and here he is, as strong as he's ever been.
Well, I'm always energized, to be honest. I don't really need re-energizing.
Madonna and Mick have had an interesting connection over the years. In the early 80s, she was a groupie, and all the other groupies remembered that her, particularly because she was, of course, pushing her own music career and was particularly loud. Mick, later on, after Madonna became quite famous, showed up at one of the fancy dress parties, masquerade parties, at his chateau in France, dressed as Madonna in this bullet cone bra and the whole routine. And more recently, I think it's fascinating that Madonna has chosen Mick's daughter, Georgia May, to be the face of her Material Girl clothing line. London School of Economics, product of that, a financial genius, really. He actually continued going to the London School of Economics for a year after the Rolling Stones were formed, just in case that the music thing didn't work out. Tony Blair, former Prime Minister of England, was a huge fan of Mick Jagger. When he finally became Prime Minister, the first thing he did was propose Mick for a knighthood. Well, he had to go back to the Queen 5 times before she finally said okay. And in 2003, Mick was knighted. And he'd always been a thorn in the royal family's side. Mick called her, the Queen, the chief witch in England. And he also had a friendship with the Queen's sister that really bothered the Queen for years. Princess Margaret, the Queen's younger sister and only sibling, was the wild child of the royal family, the loose cannon. She was in one, you know, romantic entanglement and scandal after another. And here she befriends, you know, the wildest man in rock and roll, the #1 hedonist in the world. And the Queen didn't like it. She thought it was a dangerous situation. In 1968, there was a party in London, and at that party were lords and ladies and members of Parliament, royals, aristocrats. Princess Margaret was there, and Mick Jagger was there with Marianne Faithfull. Someone served everybody this batch of toxic brownies, and everyone overdosed at the party, including Princess Margaret, who was rushed to the hospital. And even though the press wasn't told about what was really going on, the official line was it was just a case of food poisoning. The Queen knew what was really going on, and she was very upset about it.
Thank you for watching Extra on YouTube.
And for 24/7 updates on celebrity news, subscribe to our channel here, like us on Facebook here, or follow us on Twitter here.
And if you want your voice heard, leave a comment below.
Where?
Right there.